Next wealth you want to have is the adventure wealth. Yeah. Make your life a free and a beautiful and a wonderful adventure. That's what we must do. It's hard to get to this point, though. For sure, money comes and helps to ease the pain. Because if you don't have enough money, you're always gonna have worries. Because if you live in the home, you have bills to pay. So unless you live in the street and you absolutely not relate to money, maybe, but that's not my life. I think money makes life easier in some way. Yeah, for sure. It allows you to take more vacations and stuff, for sure. Like if I don't travel the world right now, I gotta face the reality. That's because I don't have the money to travel the world. You know, it's simple. I can say, oh, it's because I don't want to. No. Give me all kinds of money. I'll be all over the world, for sure. It's just sometimes money doesn't grow on tree, and it's not easy to... not always easy to get. Sometimes there's more rough days and more rough periods, and they're gonna come. Be ready for those, they're gonna come. Yeah, but we gotta remain positive. Me, I'm always positive. I always, you know, it could be worse also. I could be in a worse situation, so it's very, I think, me, I'm very satisfied with the life I live. I give thanks for the life I live, because it could be a lot worse. Like sometimes we look at others and we are jealous or we envy, but I think we should be very contented with what we have, and sometimes it's a lot more than what a lot of people have. Quand tu te regardes, tu te désoles. Quand tu te compares, tu te consoles. To be fulfilled, each of us needs mystery in our lives. Challenge is necessary for happiness. The human brain craves novelty, and if we are creative beings, so we need to be creating constantly if we hope to feel joy. Lots of adventure, ranging from meeting new people to visiting new places, is an essential element of authentic wealth. Essential element of authentic wealth. Impact wealth. Let's look at this. Impact wealth. Perhaps the deepest longing of the human heart is to live for something greater than itself. Each of us craves to be significant, to make a difference, to know that the world has somehow been better because we have walked the plane. Think of what Richard Bach once wrote. Here is the test to find whether your mission on earth is finished. If you're alive, it isn't. That's it. As long as you have breath going through your nostril, you have work to be done. I invite you to focus on each of these 7 elements if you want to experience real wealth. Money alone does not define being wealthy. There are many rich people makes a lot of noise, this car. Shit. I hear him from here. Noisy car with a big muffler. Money alone does not define being wealthy. There are many rich people who are unhappy and unsuccessful as human beings. By focusing on elevating all 7 of these areas to world-class levels, you will not only shine ever so brightly, But for all those around you, you will also find a contentment that lasts. Greatness arrives for those who are never satisfied with what is, no matter how nice it looks. Learn more to earn more. A simple idea to move you to your next level. To earn more, you must learn more. The compensation you receive from your employer will determine by the value you add. The more you know, the more valuable you become. To earn more, learn more. Outread your competition, outstudy them, out-improve them, out-succeed them. Please don't tell me you are too busy to spend at least 60 minutes a day learning. Some of the busiest people I know read or listen to CDs or do online training for at least an hour a day. It's very important to take an hour a day to learn, to read, to learn, to whatever, just to read. Just read. A lot of people are too busy being busy. Shift from being busy to getting results. So take the first step today rather than watching TV tonight. Make the time to read. That's what I told you. It's very important to make time to read. Very important. Learn what the superstars in your profession do to stay on top. You know, if you start to read, you read like into you want to learn about cooking, well, read constantly about cooking every day, and in 5 years you'll be among the top 5 experts in the world. That's for sure. But it's just because sometimes we don't take the time to read. It's very important to take the time to read. If you don't take time to read, what's the point of even know how to read? You know, why do you know how to read if you don't read? Yeah. See through the eyes of understanding. The sad fact is that so many people look for the worst in others. They see them through the eyes of their own anger, fear, and limitation. If someone shows up late for a meeting, they impute a negative intent to that person, saying they are so rude. If someone makes a mistake on an expense report, they grumble. That person is so dishonest. If someone miscommunicates a point, they silently say she's a liar. Real leaders are different. They look for the best in people. The most important job you have is growing your people, giving them a chance to reach their dreams. CEO of GE, Jack Welch. I want to be clear, I'm not suggesting that leaders avoid reality. Not at all. Not at all. They make the hard calls when they need to. I've mentioned in an earlier chapter that the best don't worry about being liked. They just do what their conscience tells them is right. What I'm really saying is that the best leaders see through the eyes of understanding. If someone is late, they try to get to the truth. Maybe there's a time management problem to coach around, or a sick child to help. An error or an expense account could be the result of a poor process in place or the employee's disorganization. Today, rather than looking for the worst in people, I encourage you to look for what's best within them. Sure, some people really are inconsiderate or dishonest or uncaring. But in my experience, I have worked with a lot of people over the years. Most people are good. Few human beings wake up in the morning and ask themselves, what can I do today to mess up someone else's day, or undermine my credibility, or ruin our business? Most of the mistakes people make are the result of a lack of awareness. Most people just don't know better, so stop taking it so personally.